Hi guys, welcome to my new tutorial. This is fringing on a domestic knitting machine. I have already done an E-wrap cast on and I've knitted 4 rows. So now I'm going to push all the needles out as far as they'll go and then we can start the fringing. So I'm going to tie the end of the yarn around the clump and then I am going to go around the needles in the same direction as I would doing the E-wrap cast on. However, when I go around the needle, I'm going to leave excess that I'm going to hold with my finger. As you can see, when I go around the needle, I pull the yarn down quite far, and then hold it with my other finger. You need to leave possibly an inch or more. It really depends on the look you're going for. I just want to do quite a lot so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now you just need to knit a row and then you pull all your needles out as far as they'll go, and then we'll do the same thing. I'm going to cut the yarn on the other side and then start from the other side. I'm going to do exactly the same every time just because I find it easier to do it this way. So you just do an E-wrap, but instead of going around the needle tightly, you are going round and then creating the excess yarn below, and this will create the fringing. So when you put the yarn around your finger below, make sure you don't pull too much, otherwise the fringing behind your hand will become smaller. Make sure that you have a loose tension. I believe that my tension is a 10. I'm using a chunky knitting machine, so my yarn is quite thick as well, so I wanted it to be loose when it's finished. This is a very easy technique. For some people it's easier to use a knitting needle instead of using your finger, and then you can judge the length easier. However, I just find it simple with my finger. So when you've done your fringing row, when you go over with your yarn carriage, pull your fringing down slightly, because as your fringing grows, the bulk makes the stitches push up towards the needles. So if you pull them down, it just helps a little bit when you're pushing the needles out. So now we're going to add a new color. This is green. I'm using Rowan yarns in this tutorial. I believe they're acrylic. It's a green and a purple color. So like before, we're just doing the ear wrap, so we're going around the needles counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. We're going to leave 1 to 2 inches below, and then we can change the length later when we cut into the fringing. Make sure that you push the fringing back so it doesn't get trapped into the carriage. Every fringing row, I cut the yarn on the other side and then I start again from the left. So you just continue doing this until you have as much fringing as you need. You can use different kinds of yarns, fine yarns, but you probably just need to use several ply and just keep on tying them together so they don't come loose. I will try to add another video with fringing using different ply yarns so you can see the difference. So I have finished doing my fringing now. I have started knitting several rows, ready for me to do my cast off. Okay, so now you need to trim all your fringing. You need to cut all the loops. Be careful not to pull your fringing out. Once you have trimmed all your fringing, you need to tie all your loose ends and steam your fabric, and then it's finished. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial.